3.1 point B. Identify and calculate coterminal and reference angle measures. Alright, so to start things off, coterminal angles are basically sometimes an angle or radian is too small or too big. Coterminal angles help find angles from 0 to 36 degrees or 0 to 2 pi radians. So basically, let's say you have an angle that says 720, right? No. Let's go with something a little bit smaller. Let's say 365 degrees, right? This is bigger than 360. So what you gotta find is an angle that fits in between the sweet spot 0 to 360. So how do we do this? We just subtract 360. And that should get us in a sweet spot. Always subtract by a whole round, right? So like as a visual representation, if this is 360, let's say this is 700 degrees right here, right? To make sure that it's equal, you want to subtract a whole 360, so you get the same equivalence on the graph but a smaller angle. I hope you understand. Anyways, back to the problem. 5 degrees would be the coterminal angle. On the test, Miss Cohn will be asking, find a negative coterminal angle. So what you subtract 360 one more time to get a negative answer, so on and so forth. Now I showed you how to do it with the degrees. Now let's show you how to do it with radians. So let's say we have negative 2 pi over 1. This is an example of a radian that's too small. So we have to get it in the sweet spot of 0 to 2 pi. So we have to make sure that we add, not multiply, a whole 2 pi over 1. And this example works out nicely because the denominators are already the same. But if they aren't the same, you have to multiply. I'll show you in a second real quick, okay? So this would be 0 radian. So this is good. So let's show you an example where it wouldn't work out as easy. Let's see. 3 pi over 2 times 2 pi over 1. As you can see, denominators aren't the same. So to get the denominators the same, you have to times this side by 2 to get this denominator. So you get 4 pi over 2. So the answer would be 3 plus 4, 7 pi over 2. Bingo. Now, I only have a minute to explain this. So basically, you find the reference angle. You can read this real quick. Find the reference angle. This angle is closer to 180. So what you do is you subtract 180 by 150, and you get 30. Simple. Find the reference angle of 65 degrees. 65 degrees is closer to 180 than 0 degrees. So you get 65 minus 0 equals 65 degrees. Now, it may not sound like it makes sense right now, but let me draw you a little graph. This is 180, and this is 0. 65 would be right here, which is closer to this, so that's why we subtracted 65 from 0. Same thing with this, right? 180 here, 0. 150 is closer to 180. Now this is a two-step problem. Since this is too big, we have to find a coterminal angle first, which we learned previously, that you have to subtract by 360 degrees, which is 1. 1 degrees is closer to 0 than 180. So you go 1 minus 0. So the answer is 1. Thank you. Bye-bye.